Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be streaming some, Halloween games on the Atari 2600. Let me just make sure I got myself all set up here. I don't hear myself in my other window. Just like to keep that one there. So looks like we got Mr. Toon in the chat today. How's it going, Mr. Toon? Now, as always, I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chat while I'm playing. Just because. Let me refresh my screen here. I always hate to have to do this. Just so I can see how the stream is doing. But yeah, I'm going to be playing some Halloween games. Or, horror games or whatever. I did a video a while ago on the 5 must-play October games or whatever, so I'll probably play a bunch of those and some others just for fun. Looks like everything is connected, so hopefully everything stays connected. Just going to shut that down there. Yeah, so let's start off with Halloween. I'm going to try and remember how to play this game. I learned how to play it a long time ago, and I think it's just a case of running away from him. You have to find that sword or something. Adam Henry, what's going on? Okay, let's see if I can remember what I'm doing. Oh jeez. Okay. He's just relentless in this game. Cool. I mean, it's too bad that this became one of those really rare, expensive games on the system. It's made by some company, Wizard. Although it's got an interesting story to it. I kind of like that, how they had to save money on this game, and then they started selling it without labels on it, literally just a strip of tape on the top that said Halloween in marker. Probably from the people in the actual company. What am I supposed to do? Oh, this is the end here. Are you supposed to do something with this? You're the babysitter. You're like Jamie Lee Curtis, I guess. And thought there was a way to make the kid follow you. Now, well, let's just keep going. Whoa! Totally just lost my head on that one. I love the animation though. That's hilarious. Ugh, ran into him again. I tried to go around him, but it didn't work. Ah, jeez. Not easy. He just blocks your way. It's just, get out of my way. Alright, let's go this way then. Ran right into him. I remember playing not Halloween, but Friday the 13th game on the Commodore 64, which was a lot of fun. Run away. There's the kid. Oh, the lights are going out. Oh, jeez. Can't see. Can't see. I think the kid's gonna die. Oh, the kid died. That's awesome. Stu's Game Reviews. What's going on? Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Crap, I have to fix my chat bot. You know what I don't like about using this Atari emulator is it fixes itself in the middle of the screen, and I can't relocate it over so I can properly read the chat. Oh. I swear, my next computer, I'm going to make sure I get a double monitor setup thingy. Ah, crap. What do I do? What do I do? Just run away. Gotta look for that weapon. There's a knife or something you can pick up. So the kid does follow you. I don't know if you can take the kid upstairs though, or downstairs. I think they oh jeez. Adam Henry with his pumpkin. Oh man, what do I do? Okay, so the kid's gonna stay down there. Oh crap. Of course, in the room that's flickering lights. Not a good time to run into Michael Myers. Actually, last night I finally got around to watching the last Halloween movie that came out. The one that came out in, well, I guess what, 2018 it came out in theater. And it's where Michael Myers is like, he's locked up in that prison institution thing. And it's 40 years later. And Jamie Lee Curtis's character is like, you know, barricaded herself in some house with like really high security, and she's got a granddaughter who now has to face the evils of Michael Myers. It was actually a pretty good movie. I didn't mind it. Although I thought it was gonna, oh shoot, there goes the kid. You murdered her! I thought it was going to end a little bit differently. I didn't think it was going to end that way. Oh, jeez. Okay. Ah, just when I grab the knife, cuts my head off. Okay, I'm going to see if I can readjust my chat so I can actually see what's going on. I don't know why it's not wrapping like this. So Stu's Reviews is saying, I don't get the point of this game. Is there a way to win? I think there is a way to win. You have to get the knife and stuff, and you have to get the kid from one area to the other. Did Michael Myers star in those Austin Powers movies? Yeah, exactly. Mike Myers. Well, that's the way it comes across, eh? I know, sometimes I say Mike Myers, and it's not Mike Myers, it's Michael Myers. Just to differentiate between him and the actual comedian. Uh-oh. Jeff Goodgamer! What's going on, man? Thanks for coming in. Uh-oh. I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark, and there's a maniac chasing after me with a knife. But yeah, the Halloween movie wasn't bad, that latest one. But like I said, I was expecting it to end a little bit differently. Hey, it's the Atari creep. Like, I remember when it was out in theater. I remember I was, you know, considering seeing it then, but didn't get around to it. So it was nice to actually finally be able to watch it. I like how you see Michael Myers as kind of like that old dude with the gray hair and stuff, and he's been, like, locked up for 40 years. I thought that was kind of cool. Although, I don't remember if, like, I remember hearing about the movie and seeing some of the reviews on it. I just don't remember, is it supposed to be, like, you're supposed to forget all the other Halloween movies existed after, like, say, the second one or the first one? Because I know they do that sometimes with horror movies, where, or, well, even just any franchise movie, where they all of a sudden make a sequel, and you're just supposed to forget everything before that happened. Like they did that with Superman. When they came out with Superman Returns, that was supposed to be like a direct sequel to the original first Superman, not the fourth one that came out that was terrible. You were supposed to forget that part 2, 3, and 4 existed or something like that. I think that's kind of what they were doing with Halloween, but I can't remember. Because, like, I've watched a bunch of the other Halloween movies. Some of them are, like, have very little to do with the Michael Myers character or Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and some of them do. So, like, there was one where it took place in his house, and there was a bunch of people doing a live, like a virtual reality thingy, where they're, or virtual, no, what do they call it? Not virtual, reality TV kind of thing, and the producer guy was dressing up like Michael Myers and stuff, and I mean, it was just not the same. Yeah, so that's what Atari Creep's saying, that the 2018 sequel to the original. Yeah, so that's what I think. It was weird though, because they called it Halloween. They didn't give it any other name, which kind of was odd because the first one was called Halloween. But I guess you kind of go by the date. You say it's Halloween 2018 versus the original one, which was what, 1979 or something like that? 78, 79 was when the first one came out. Somewhere around there. Oh jeez. Maybe it was 1978, because it's supposed to be like 40 years later. Norman the Cat. Yeah, I totally forgot what I had to do. Something like, you gotta get the kid, you gotta get from one end to the other. There is an actual point to this game. It's not just running away from, oh jeez. And not just getting your head chopped off either. There's a little bit more to it than that. Hate when the light's flickering off like that, you can't see anything. Oh yeah, there was also that Halloween remake. That wasn't too bad. I mean, that was Rob Zombie's. And he did 2 of them, I think, right? He took a different approach. He kind of did the whole thing himself. Kind of like, you know, those remakes that, just like Nightmare on Elm Street. In fact, I even watched that one today. This morning. I felt like watching it again. I don't know why. I felt like watching the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, which is the one with Jackie Earl Haley, or Jackie, whatever the hell his name is. Where it wasn't, you know, not the Robert Englund one. And, you know, it's not bad. I like watching it and trying to contrast it to the original and find the scenes that they kind of stole from the original or borrowed from the original one. And, the movie's totally different. I mean, it just doesn't have the same vibe, and they knew that going into it. I was supposed to take this kid somewhere. Yeah, I totally forgot how to play this game. Hey, it's Kirk's Arcade. Let's see what the whoops. I don't want that. See what they, oh yeah, Atari Creep's going live soon. So he's going to be on Instagram. The new Halloween was surprisingly good. The 2018 is a direct sequel to the original. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. There are 2 more coming. Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, I think, are what they called. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. You know, I thought that this last one was supposed to be the ending of the Halloween series. Like, I thought, you know, it's 40 years later. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis in it, and she's 40 years down the road, and she's a complete paranoid because of Michael Myers and all that stuff. I thought it was going to be the end. I thought she was actually going to finally kill the guy, but it didn't really end up that way. I mean, it looked like they did. They trapped him and shit, and they turned they threw fire in there, but it didn't happen. Like, I was expecting to see her, like, cut his head off or something and bury him in the ground or something. Let's see here. Let's play another classic. Haunted house. I'm in the haunted house. I'm a pair of eyes. I like this, whoa, bats. Bats. We all know how much I don't like bats. Yeah, Atari Creep did a good video on his Atari 800. You know, I when I was debating on what system to buy back, you know, about a year ago, I was thinking of getting either the Atari 800 or the Atari 400, or maybe even going to the XEGS or whatever. Like, there's a whole bunch of systems. even considering the Atari 5200. But I have eventually just decided on the Atari 400, only because, oops, I keep picking up and dropping the same. Only because you know, it was cheaper and it did the job. You know, I just wanted to play some of the more simpler Atari 400 games, or Atari 8-bit games, I should say. Even though the XEGS is probably the better system because it can run practically everything, and it's got a few upgraded versions of like Donkey Kong and stuff like that. But I'm sure for me to find a system and to get all the stuff I needed, probably would have been a lot more money than what I ended up paying for the 400. So, you know, I don't really regret picking up the 400. I like the look of it. I like the I like how the keyboard is kind of that what do they call it? It's not like a regular keyboard. It's that little plasticky kind of key. There's a name for that. And you know, frankly, the only reason why I ended up picking one up was because of the flea market that I was shopping at all the time. She had a whole ton of 8-bit games for sale. If that wasn't the case, I probably wouldn't have done that, because finding the games and finding them cheap is really hard to do. Oops. I forgot, in this game you can only hold one item at a time. Unless it's the chalice. And, you know, she had like a whole ton of games, and I knew I'd get it for a pretty decent price. Ooh, another piece. Like if I were to buy them all off of her. It's just a case of I needed the system to play them on, and I didn't want to buy them. Membrane, that's the word. Thanks, Atari Creep. It was on the tip of my tongue and I couldn't think of it. And I knew if I picked them all up, I had to find a system. But my fear was buying all the games and then not, you know, eventually not getting a system. Or then I was thinking, well, maybe if I bought them all, even if I couldn't get a system, just to hold on to them until one day maybe I'll get luck out and find a system. But when I decided on the Atari 400, I went on eBay and stuff, and I started searching about it, and I kind of got lucky because the person I ended up buying it off was a local person. Like he didn't live that far away from where I am, so I ended up making a deal with them to pick it up, you know, have him like literally drop it off, so I didn't have to worry about shipping. Whoa, the ghosts. So this game is really just about, you know, really big, almost like a hide and seek style game. We were just looking around in the dark for all the parts of the, I think it's an urn, or what is it again? It's a chalice. It's a chalice, or there's something you're looking for. Just wandering around looking. Ah! I don't want that. I think it's 3 pieces you gotta find. And then when you find it, you have to get your butt out of the down to the first floor again. Oh no! The thing that makes this game hard is that everything looks the same, like all the levels look the same. And so it's really just a color that changes, so you just kind of got to get used to that. There's not a lot of other graphic details that are going to help you determine where you are. Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, now I gotta get out of here. Okay, I got it. Now I gotta get out of here. How do I get out of here? Gotta get out of the haunted house. I have to go downstairs. Run. How do I get down? Over here? I always feel like I get lost in this game. I don't know why. Maybe I'm supposed to go... What floor am I on? I thought I was on... Well, then again, you can also go to the side. That was crazy. Just like a whole bunch of running around. That's pretty much what that is. I got super lucky. I got an Atari 400 with a replacement non-membrane keyboard, a disk drive, a tape drive, a printer, and like 20 games for $100. Shipped? Holy crap. An auction that nobody saw. Yeah, I bet. I got the... what did he give me also? I think he gave me the tape drive too, with what I bought. He didn't have any games. I think it just came with the basic programming cartridge or something, or I don't know. But he said there was a tape drive and it was, well, not working. He said I needed a replacement something inside, but I'm like, I don't have any tapes anyways. Did you get pole position on that in that loot? I did not. Pole position is very common game for the... Yeah, I got that one. Pole position is pretty cool on there. Let's see here. What else can we play? Let's look at the list that I did. I did Gremlins was one of the ones I did. Sort of like a scary movie. Yeah. They call it a horror movie, but... Whoops. That ain't it. Ah, it's Gremlins. Yeah, Mr. Toon probably favorite game is pole position. One of these games where I don't know. I was always questioning why it wasn't a paddle game. I'm assuming there must have been reasons why they didn't make games like these paddle games. First I thought it was because of this level, but then I realized that you actually don't need to push up at all. You're just going back and forth and hitting the fire button. So this could have been an actual paddle game. Alright, take care, Atari Creep. Have fun in your Instagram. Whoa, I'm losing badly. Your Instagram stream there. Whoops, whoops. Yeah, the Atari Creep does his, usually his Sunday night Instagram streaming. And if you missed that, he will also put it on his channel afterwards. So probably by tomorrow, it shall be there. If you're watching this stream and you want to watch his stream, then you got options. Uh-oh. Gremlins attacking. Oh crap, they're going so fast. See, here's where the paddle really comes in handy. I mean, using a controller or a D-pad for this type of game is very hard. In fact, I'm finding even like the D-pad is even worse than when I play this on my original Atari and I use like an Atari joystick. The Atari joystick is better than the D-pad. Like this is one of those games where the D-pad just loses completely. It's like any other game like Arkanoid or any, Breakout or Pong or anything where it's a lot of back and forth like this. D-pads are not good, and the joysticks are... Uh-oh, Oh, oh jeez, oh jeez. Actually, this movie, it was on the other night on the movie channel that we have, and I know I could watch it on their on-demand thingy. And I was thinking of doing that, you know, even just for the nostalgia. I love watching some of these old 80s movies, just to see a lot of the stuff in the background that, you know, they'll have, like, you know, an Atari or something kicking around in there, or even the cars they drive around, like, you can see tonight, the old 80s Camaros and Volkswagen Bugs and stuff like that. It's just fun. Like last week I was watching National Lampoon's Vacation, and you know, they're traveling around, and you can see the stuff they're traveling around with. Like, he's got the old Coleco Pac-Man arcade mini thing. Oh crap. Even in the movie, he asks his cousin if he has Pac-Man or Space Invaders and asteroids. So it's always fun catching those little things. I'm losing. Oh, jeez. I don't think I'm not catching anything. Oh. Yeah, it's like playing Kaboom with a D-pad. It sucks. Well, unless there's an official what am I saying? Paddle controller. That's the word I was looking for. That will work on the PC. Well, there is that. There is like a cable. I don't know if it works for the paddle one though. There is a cable you can buy that you can hook up an Atari joystick to your computer. Otherwise, you have to use the mouse. I don't know if the mouse on your computer works. I should try it. I don't know. All the paddle games, usually the mouse on your computer will work, but I guess for this one it didn't. Let's see here. What you sipping on there? Oh, same old, same old. My Alberta Premium. What am I looking for? Let's play the Texas Chainsaw. This ain't it. That's a lie. Oh no, I do have it though. Let's see where I put it. I swore I had it. Alright, maybe I don't have it. I thought I had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in my little folder of ROMs here. Well, I guess not. Probably had it on my Flashback portable, which I don't have anymore, so one day I'll have to get it. This wasn't it though, unless I clicked on the wrong. No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. So let's see, what else do we have? You know, it's a game I've never actually played. Maybe this will be a good time to try it for the first time. And I actually do have it. That's Ghost Manor. I do have this on a real cartridge. It's part of the double ender thing. Billy O! Hey! Let's see how this works out. My bud Kevin from Happy Beard Games was playing this on his channel not that long ago. This is like a hide and a tag or something. Like you're chasing after the ghost. If anything, the only thing that's cool about this game is the graphics. I think the gameplay is kind of subpar. You're chasing after some weird rainbow ghosts. Wonder why they decided to make him a rainbow like that. Instead of like Pac-Man, where each one is a different color, they just made this guy all the colors. Oh yeah, this one you have to shoot that guy that's running around and not get axed in the head. Oh. Yeah, I remember him saying that this was like a one-shot deal game. You don't have multiple lives, you have one life. Let's chase the ghost. Yeah, so this Thursday coming up is Halloween, and where I am in my little part of the world, they're calling for some pretty bad rain. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Like Halloween's always been a rain or shine type of thing. Even when I was a kid, I remember, you know, there was the odd Halloween where you had to go out in your raincoat and stuff, and it really sucked because you had your costume on, but then your mom would come around and, or your dad or someone would be like, no, you're not going out dressed like that, and they would shove some raincoat or something over top of your Halloween costume. Even if it was cold, like maybe it's not, oh jeez, maybe it's not raining, could just be cold, right? I mean, it's October 31st, you're getting close to November, and if you live in my part of the world, which is Canada, we get the cold, we get the 4 seasons here. So by October 31st, even now, I mean, if I were to go outside right now, it's pretty cold out there. And so when you're a kid and you're walking around in your Halloween costume, and you're just trying to go and collect candy and it's raining. Now, even with taking my daughter out the last few years, we've had a couple of years where it was actually raining and we were out there with our umbrellas and stuff, and trying to like still get some candy. And you don't want to disappoint the kid and say, oh, you're not going because it's raining, because that really sucks. They're not exactly going to move the date on Halloween and be like, instead of today, it's going to be tomorrow. Oh, jeez. Now I know what Kevin from Happy Beard Games was saying when he was having a hard time on that one. Totally getting an axe to the head. Really sucks because my game window is covering up a portion of the chat box, so I can read a part of what people are saying. I don't know why my the chat's all screwed up. I used to be able to shrink it better and then I could read it now, but it's not wrapping the text, so either way I'm screwed. I think Stu's saying this game sucks. Yeah, it does. It's cool that it's part of the double ender thing, but the idea that you're just chasing a ghost around. Whoa. This one you're supposed to be like spearing that guy. But then you gotta watch out for that other dude that's got an axe in his hand. You gotta shoot other things too. I don't know, I'm just gonna start shooting everything that's in sight. Those green alien thingies. Atari 2600, dude, what's going on? Oh man! Did I ever just take an axe to the head? Talk about being axed in the face. Rex Warden says, Halloween is basically dead in the US. Cities only allow people to go trick-or-treating in the middle of the day and almost never on the 31st. Well, that's weird. How the heck are you supposed to know when to go trick-or-treating? And why during the day? What are you talking about, Rex? That's totally not true in New York, New Jersey area. Mr. Toon, I'm waiting for Friday the 1st of November so I can get 50% off chocolate. Yeah! Just like in after Easter. The next day after Easter, you get those chocolate bunnies for like 50 cents. We still trick-or-treat here in Georgia. Well, there you go. Kirk's Arcade. Trick-or-treats in Georgia. This game effing sucks. Yep. I'll skip the chocolate. Give me all these Reese's Pieces. Yes, man. That's right. Reese's Pieces is where it's at. I wonder if they'll have any Thanksgiving Day. Huh. I don't know. Alright, let's do the, what else could we play? It really sucks that I don't have, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought I had the ROM. You know, I probably have it somewhere, but I didn't put it in that folder, so won't be able to play it. Let's play some Ghostbusters. Okay, I want some of the bait. I need a vacuum, and I want 3 traps. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. I think I have to hit there. There we go. Now I just have to remember which key I have to hit for the bait for the ghosts. Actually, I finally got around to playing Ghostbusters on my Nintendo Switch. And, because I've had it since September. The end of September, I should say. It was a birthday gift from my daughter. Oops. He slimed me. And I just kind of went down, afterwards, I put it near my TV. I'm like, yep, gonna get around to playing that, and I just never got around to playing it. And it was sitting there, still in the wrap. Not even opened yet. And so finally, I'm like, that's it. I'm gonna open that thing today, and we're gonna play. And so, yeah, we opened it up, and we were playing. I mean, it kind of reminded me of the way the Back to the Future game is. I have that one for the Wii. I know it was also on a bunch of other systems as well. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that, where it's a little bit more story than game. And that's fine. I think that's cool. It feels like you're actually watching a Ghostbuster movie. Where you just gotta, like, perform tasks while you're playing it. It's a little bit tricky, though. I mean, I'm not that good when it comes to that 3D environment where you got the camera and you have to, like, look all over the place. But I found it was kind of fun. I mean, my daughter was playing it probably better than I was, and she's just a kid. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm more used to these 2D games. Oh, as you can see, I'm sucking at this one now as we speak. That being said, I kind of like this. I like the Atari one with this game. It's almost like playing the Commodore 64 version, which I believe was the first one. And I did a live stream on that one. About a month ago? And, this one did a, pretty good job. I think it was David Crane? I think his name is. The guy who did Pitfall. Was it David? David Crane? That sounds right. Am I right? Try 2600 dude will know. Slimed way too many times here. To the point where I don't even know if I'll be able to complete the game. I don't think I've actually completed this one, though. I usually get to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and get squashed. No surprise, though. It happens also on the 2600 version, too. I hardly ever pass that one. My timing is always off. Yeah, David Crane. I was thinking it was either David or Daniel. Daniel Kitchen. That's the guy who made Keystone Capers. Dan Kitchen. Oh, jeez. I think it was Dan. Or was that his brother? Now I'm getting everybody confused. Maybe Dan Kitchen's his brother. I'm following one of them. Getting my programmers all mixed up. Maybe Dan Kitchen's the brother. He's actually working on a sequel to... Oops. That was too fast. Working on a sequel to the Keystone Capers game. Dan Kitchen. Gary Kitchen. That's the one. I knew it was in there. It was in my brain somewhere. Gary Kitchen made the Keystone Capers. Yes, Stu's Reviews, yeah. Gary Kitchen. Dan Kitchen is making a sequel to it, which he expects to be out some point. They kind of got behind on the project, though, and, you know, life happened, and he had to say, you know, it's not going to be anytime soon. Oh, crap. I'm playing horrible. He said it's not going to be out as soon as he was hoping, so probably next year. But yeah, I'm very excited. I've been following his webpage. Actually, if you go to his website, if you search Dan Kitchen... Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm going to lose this badly. If you search Dan Kitchen, you can find his website. And he's giving updates as to what's going on with that the game. But it looks exciting. I mean, I can't wait till it's out. I want to give that one a try. Yeah, I'm playing very poor, so probably won't be able to face the Marshmallow Man. I don't know, maybe I can... If I don't lose again, I don't know. This does have like a few things missing from the Commodore version, like the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper wandering around on that screen. Ah, jeez, did it again. Ghostbusters was the first game I had. Then Impossible Mission. Yes, both of them. Ghostbusters and Impossible Mission. Great games for the Commodore 64. I spent probably a lot of my time playing those games, those two games. Kirk's Arcade got a split. Did I get him? Uh-oh. Okay, this is just a case of me forgetting what button to push on the keyboard. Alright, take care, Kirk's Arcade. Thanks for stopping in. Playing some spooky Halloween games. This was a bust. I'm gonna lose this one for sure. That's okay. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Alright, Toon's going to bed. Take care, Toon. Thanks for coming in. Oops. I'm not sure what button I'm supposed to push. I know it's one of the difficulty switches, but it doesn't seem like the ones I'm pushing are the right ones. So maybe it's the other difficulty switch. Because I did buy the bait. Ah, okay. Wait, no. That wasn't it. I have to figure that out. Yeah, see, I lost. That didn't go over very well. Let's play some Frankenstein's Monster. This is a game that I've been considering trying to track down to actually get the real cartridge one day. This game's just fun. Elements of this game kind of reminds me of Pitfall. The way he kind of goes up and down those ladders, and I think there's a way to fall this way. In this game, you're just grabbing bricks from the bottom, and then you're climbing up really slowly. And then you gotta build a wall to stop Frankenstein from escaping. And it goes into some other weird sub-level. Oops. Everything in this game just kind of slows you down. There we go. So we got one piece of the wall. Oh no! Didn't make it. Maybe I have to fall this way? No. Okay. Oops. And then if you lose, obviously, Frankenstein... Oh, jeez! Okay. It's not working for me anymore. There he is. He's coming after me. Just comes marching at you like that. I like the lightning thing though. That's kind of neat. I always love me some Frankenstein. I don't know about the movies. Like, the movies are all over the place. Obviously the original movie, which really is completely different than the book. I mean, there isn't probably anything in the movie that's related to the book that I remember. When I read the book, I'm like, this is nothing like the movie. So they, and then they made the Robert De Niro one. Oh, there was a bunch of other, like, Hammer films and a few things like that. Whoopsie. Where they tried to, you know, iron out the character a little bit. Then the Robert De Niro one came out. But again, it was, I don't know, they just, oops. Are you coming after me again? Like, there's not many movies, Frankenstein movies, that really follow the novel. It's probably because in the novel, the Frankenstein monster is a bit different. Especially the way he's created. Like, it's not really even described on how the character, how Dr. Frankenstein actually creates the monster. He just does. And I think that's the thing, like, with the movies, they always like to do the whole body parts and lightning and all of the theatrical fun stuff that didn't exist in the book. The book is more, you know, he creates a monster and then has to deal with it afterwards. So it's interesting. It's not like, you know, with Dracula, for instance. Dracula, there's a lot of, like, references and, you know, similarities with the book and the movies. Whereas Frankenstein, they kind of took the liberties of saying, let's just change the entire book around and create our own character. And, oops. Oh, crap. Not doing too good. I don't know. Will I make it if I fall? Let's find out. Yeah, you did. Shortcut. Ah! Gotta remember to jump. Freaking Frankenstein. Although, you know, the Robert De Niro one wasn't too bad. Be interesting though if they can like actually make a movie where they actually really follow the book. Massacre did a good job with his Dracula video he did not that long ago, where he talked about which movie followed the book as close as possible, or which movie was the closest to the book. And it turned out to be some London movie, some English movie. I think it was even like a made-for-TV thing. I hate these bats. This one should have ended up in my bat video. As much as say like the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves, which is a good movie. I kind of like it, and it does follow a lot of the book. There's just a few differences, and obviously the way they deal with the vampire and stuff like that. Oops. Oh no! I'm drowning! I'm drowning! Oh, I love when I can take the short route. Oh no, spider! Uh-oh. Shit. Dang it. I thought I was going to make that one. Now he's coming after me again. Stomping on me. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. I'm sorry I can't read the full chat, so I'm going to have to do this. In the Coleco version, you can get the Marshmallow Man lead. Coleco version? This guy is the slowest climber of all time. Yes. I'd like to see the manual for this game. Rex is saying Bram Stoker's Chocula and Mary Shelley's Frankenberry. That's a good one. You are some effing loser who can barely climb. You need to stop Frankenstein from awakening. You have unlimited wood, but it's 50 miles away, so you can carry one piece at a time. That's pretty much summing the game up right there. Atari Creep, just about to play DK for me. Awesome! So Atari Creep is live. Going to play some Donkey Kong. Probably on the Atari 800. I'll catch his video after. He'll always post it afterwards. I'm going to see how he does with Donkey Kong. Okay, let's go to something a little bit, it's kind of horror, kind of not horror. Alien. Sorry, that thing with the Coleco is a joke. Okay, that makes sense. This game is pretty much, Pac-Man clone. With these alien, creepy guys coming after you. Oops. The only way to get them is to get that. It's kind of like Pac-Man that only gives you one Energizer. Oh, jeez. But then it kind of shows up in different areas in the board. Then you have this weapon that never seems to do much. Like, it's kind of like one of those... I don't know if it's like 50% of the time it might do something, or 30% of the time it might do something. But it's weird. Like, you kind of throw this flamethrower-y thing. And I get that those monster things are supposed to be kind of like the aliens in the movie. It actually reminds me more of the aliens in something like Howard the Duck. If you remember that movie. Now this one, just like the Frankenstein's monster, where I had to go through that thing with the bats. Oh, jeez. You're on a timer. That one, you have to go through all those creepy, monstery dudes. So it kind of gives you that little bit of a, interlude level. in between. I don't know, it's not a bad dot gobbler game. Not my favorite. I think I like Mousetrap better than this one. For the Atari 2600 anyways. I guess there is the lock and chase. I don't like the lock and chase as much on the Atari. Not as much as I like it on the Intellivision. Aha! Take that, alien creep. Let's see if I... Ah, right into his mouth. Oh, he bit my head off. But this one's not too bad. It is weird how the dots are kind of scattered around like that. I don't know what the heck that is, but I took it. It is weird that the dots are kind of scattered like that. Like they're not straight in a line. I don't know why they did that. Ooh. Did I get him? Uh-oh. I missed it. I missed it. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Come on. Okay. Oh my god. It's so hard. How do you get through that? It's like luck or something. It is kind of funny though that, you know, this game, it's like 20th Century Fox makes a better Pac-Man game for the Atari 2600 than the one that actually came out, which was kind of weird. Although this might have come out at a different time, I can't remember. This might have came out after, but still, it's just funny that, you know, an alien game is a better Pac-Man than Pac-Man. You know, and this is what I was thinking too, like, Howard Scott Warshaw, when he was challenged to make an E.T. game, he could have easily made a game like this, where you just gotta go around collecting Reese's Pieces. But he decided, I'm not gonna do that, I'm gonna make something a little bit more challenging, and, well, we all know what happened after that. Let's play. Let's see here. Ah. Well, this might be kind of like a horror game, if I can find out which one it is. Alright, not quite horror, but there's a lot of creepy things chasing after you. This is called Bobby is Going Home. Kind of reminds me of the Smurfs game from the ColecoVision. Actually, well, it's actually on the Atari as well. This one has a darker vibe to it, though. And freaky looking chicken things. Uh-oh. I remember the No Swear Gamer doing his review on this. No, not a bad game. Kind of impressive for what it is. Oh, jeez. I don't know what that is. Is that like a fire hydrant or something? Bats! More bats! I found some more bats! I think I'm gonna notice that now. Every time I play a game that has a bat in it. Oh, jeez. And this one is no exception. Ah, well. Oh, what's that? is saying, buddy of mine, Paul, told me you were against Smash JT for attacking J-Love 81 to get her to stop scamming people. I don't know where you got that from, man. All I said was, I just kind of made a comment on his video, and I said, you know, J-Love is someone who likes to spread positivity. That's all I said. I don't know what your friend's telling you. And I got nothing against J-Love. I've talked to J-Love a few times. She seems like a nice person. I've never had anything against her. And I definitely don't have anything against Smash JT either. Both great people. Both people I've talked to have had live chats on my channel. I don't have any problem with either one of those YouTubers. Let's see here. What do we got? Dark Chambers. Now that's another one I was going to check out. JLove81 is a scam. Well, if that's what you think, that's fine with you. I mean, yeah, you got all the opinion. You can have your opinion and stuff. I'm here nor there on that discussion. Dark Chambers. Where is it? Demon Attack. Well, that's another one too. Demon Attack is a good one. Why don't we do that one, just for fun? This was what Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, put in her video about horror games on the Atari 2600. Actually, hers was more on the overlooked horror games on the Atari 2600. And yeah, I didn't even think about that when when I saw her video. I was like, oh yeah, this could be considered. You're kind of facing off some pretty creepy demon-looking dudes. Yeah. It's kind of like, one of those games that was running off the Space Invader craze of the day. I think I like this more on the Intellivision though. It was more of obviously I've been more of an Intellivision fan, but I think graphically I like the Intellivision version of this, and I like how it had that little extra level to it. This is still fun too. Oh jeez. Just got blown up. You can't. This is another one of those shooters where you have to wait till the fire, your missile or whatever leaves the screen, your bullet, whatever you want to call that. You have to wait till it leaves the screen before you can fire again. You can't do one of those like auto fire things or rapid fire. So you kind of just you kind of do that once it leaves the screen. No! There's another level after this where you have to like go after their boss. It's been a while since I played this one actually. Get over here. I know the Atari creep likes this one. I'm pretty sure this is one the Atari creep likes. As long as you don't... there we go. I mean, the graphics aren't bad. I like how when you kill them, they explode into that little space dust. The sound's not too bad either. I think they could have done a little bit better with the background, not being just so black. Maybe added some stars or something in there. Again, the Intellivision version had that detail that, they added a little bit more to it. Uh-oh. Now they're turning into little guys. Getting harder. Trying to get that guy shooting at me. Creepy bat-like things are coming after me now. Come on! Oh my God. Almost had him there. Oh, jeez. I'm just like aimlessly shooting at whatever I can to try and get as many as I possibly can before I'm overwhelmed here by these demon things. Stu's reviews saying he's got to get going. Alright, take care, Stu. Thanks for coming in. Norma is asking, so whose side am I taking? I don't take sides. I don't work that way. I don't really hate anybody, and you know, unless somebody attacks me personally, but I don't see the point of that. I mean, I've had trolls on my channel, yeah, sure, whatever, but I don't really take sides. I'm not going to be like, I side with this or side with that. If somebody wants to be a nice person, well, they can be a nice person. If somebody doesn't want to be a nice person, they don't have to be a nice person. It's called a free country. We do what we want. So, yeah. This should be called Satan Attack. Yeah, I don't think they would have gotten very far with Satan Attack. I'm in Dominican Republic. We never had Atari here. Aw. But we'd had PlayStation. That's nice. And PlayStation's a cool system, and a lot of the Atari games ended up on the PlayStation, so still play it on the PlayStation. I got a bunch of the Atari classics on PlayStation, PS1. I think even on PS2. Let's see, where else can I find here? Let's find some more. I think I ran through a lot of the games I was planning on playing. I wanted to play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I thought I had it, and it looks like I don't. Unless it was under T. T Texas, the Texas? No, wouldn't be there. Play Spider Fighter. Spiders are scary. No, not really. Tutankhamun. Now this is an odd game too. So you're in a, well, kind of like Tomb Raider style, going around in a tomb, trying to watch out for snakes and stuff. I know there's a hack for this, and they called it Zelda or something like that. Massacre did a video on it. Oh, jeez. Kind of like, you know, making it like a Zelda game for the Atari 2600. I don't know if it's that much like a Zelda game to me. Because you have to get all these things, like, it's hard though. Keep dying. You know, going through all these little tunnels and stuff, and jeez. Let's get that. Everything just comes after you really fast. Like when you die, it kind of looks like the Frogger when he dies. Not easy. Go! Get the crown. Jeez, that scorpion is just terrible. Okay. the snake followed me. Yeah, this was not one of those games I really got a hang of. Yeah, I'm not good at this one. It's like, how do you get away from these things? They're so fast. And they come right at you, too. Oh. Alright. Well, let's... maybe for the last game, we can do the game I just did a video on. See what's happening. Had some spice for dinner? Your stomach's rumbling for the toilet? Okay. I was gonna do Venture Reloaded as my last game. Because this is pretty cool. This is a hack of Venture. Kind of like a Halloween style, you know, there's some pretty creepy critters in this game too. Also, you gotta get the treasure and get out before the dreaded hall monster will come after you. This is definitely one that will be cool if they do make it. I think they are making a cartridge for it. You can actually buy this and play it on a real Atari. Well, if you have a Harmony cart, you can already download it onto your Harmony cart and play it. Something I've never, I don't know. I've thought about it, if I should buy one or not. I just figure if I want to play ROMs, like if I want to play homebrews or hacks and stuff, I'll just play it on the computer anyways. Rather than, but a lot of people do prefer to play it on the actual hardware and play it on a real Atari versus playing it on a computer. And yeah, I do like it better because you can play with a real Atari joystick and play it on a TV where it's meant to be played on and not a computer screen, but I don't know. Same with the Intellivision. I've been thinking about that. There's a LTO flash cart you can buy for that one, where you can actually play ROMs. I mean, in that case, then you get one cartridge and you never have to switch cartridges, which almost makes all your cartridges obsolete at that point. Maybe that's part of the reason why I don't like it. I like to use my real cartridges and swap them out. Ooh. Playing better than when I did my video on this game. Get ready. Ghosts. Weird looking ghosts. It's weird the way they die in this one. Bats. Oh, jeez. Oh. Creepy demon-looking things. Sorry, I can see part of the chat there. So unfortunately, the way this is working on my computer, I can only see half the chat, so it's hard for me to really read it until I stop the game, where I can catch up on the chats. I don't know what's going on. Before, I was able to resize the window, and I can actually play and chat at the same time, but something is messed up, and my chat box is only showing me half the chat. So I can't really fully read what you're saying there. Die! I love how it has this extra animation bit. I also noticed that there's more treasures now. So that when you go to the second world, or the second round of levels, the treasures have changed. And now that looks like a ring. So they added a whole bunch of new treasures to the game. Which is kind of cool. Is that a martini glass? Probably like a gold chalice-y type of cup. What's that? A flag? Oh, jeez. Did I just leave? Is that a flag? Or maybe a scythe or a sickle or something. Some kind of axe. Yeah, so you can see all the different treasures now, which is cool. Oh, jeez. Going downstairs. Is that a doll? Okay. I don't know. Is it better to just run out of the room without killing anything? Although sometimes you have to, because they're in your way. Oh. You have to be quick because the hall monster guy will come in. Oh no! Damn. Game over. Oh well, that was fun. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming in and coming into the chat. Sorry, I just have to see. Mr. Cave. Had some spicy corn oil for dinner. Ew. Alright. Well, thanks for coming into the chat and all the people who were in earlier. And I'm definitely going to go check out the Atari Creeps video after. I know a lot of you had to run anyways, and it's getting late for me too. So hopefully I'll have a video out. I don't know if I'm going to put it out, another one out tomorrow or Tuesday. Usually I do the Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I've been putting out extra videos lately because just, you know, I've had more stuff coming out. Yeah, oh, there's Rex Warden still in the stream there. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, man. Thanks for coming in. Been a lot of fun playing some games. So I'm going to find out what happened to that Texas Chainsaw, because I know I had that ROM. I don't know why it's not in my list anymore. Unless I played the game and I hated it and I deleted it. I don't know. It's just not there. But anyways, thanks everybody for stopping by. It's been a lot of fun.